so excited for this episode. It has been so long since we've uploaded a video here. We're going to give you a little update on the Red Sea Max Nano. We're going to tell you all about the corals and the livestock. It's also our Christmas special, so hopefully you're feeling festive. Let's have some fun. You've guessed it. Let's roll those titles. We absolutely love Christmas here at Jay's Real Reef, and we couldn't go without a festive Christmas episode. I've even bobbed my jumper on for you, so we're looking very Christmassy. Hope you're getting excited in the build up to Christmas as well. Looking forward to that time with family and friends. But what is on your reefing Christmas list? Hit me up in the comments. Let's have a look what you've asked for Christmas from Father Christmas. What is on that little reefing Christmas list? Now, I've got a recent purchase actually. Let's have a little look at this one. Here we go. It is an Aquati 5-stage RO reverse osmosis RODI filter. So there we go. Thanks to Bearded Reef who recommended this one for me. My reefing resolution, and it's a bit early yet for New Year's resolution, but my reefing resolution is to make my own RO water. As you know, I go to collect my water from Spotless Water. To be fair, I've not had any issues with it, but I do want to start making my own RO water and just up the game a little bit, because there's nothing more important in this game than the quality of the water. So that's one of my most recent purchases. So, a couple of people have been asking, how is the little Red Sea Max Nano getting on? Well, it's 2 years and 2 months old. So let's take a look at the corals and livestock and see how it's getting on. Right, where should we go first? Right, let's go to the latest edition. So at the back here, I don't know if you can see, there we go. We've had a little bit of green hair algae over the last few months. So I've purchased a little urchin, and there he is. Well, I say little, he's getting a little chunk at the moment, but he's just on that back wall. He prefers to clean off the coralline algae rather than the rocks. So I do have to remind him what his real job is, which is to polish the rocks up. But he's doing a grand little job. So if you've got a bit of green hair algae, get yourself a little tuxedo urchin. Great little workers. I think he's perhaps doubled, if not tripled in size since I got him. He used to be tiny. But yeah, he's there just under the GSP, which is doing really well there. Made a little mistake though. I should have put it a bit lower down because it's already creeping up there. Towards the edge of the lip. So ideally just place it lower down, guys, and then it grows upwards, so it looks quite nice. There we are. You can also perhaps make out there's a little bit of pink putty. So that was where I had a very tiny Aptasia about 6 months ago. So instead of kind of using Aptasia X or disturbing it or anything like that, what I decided to do was just to use a little bit of putty and just kind of paste over it with the putty, and it's never been back since. So that's why there's a little bit of putty up there. There's a little J-Bow power head, just pointing at the surface, aerating it there. There's my SPS. There's the TNT and Acropora. It's doing really well. It did have a bit of algae on it. I mean, you can still see there's little bits of strands of algae on there. It's doing pretty well. It's nice and bright and red as well once the blues are on. That is my Gorgonian from AAC. It's doing really well. Absolutely love the Gorgonian. Just gives that little bit of height. So if you look at the reef, it's kind of stepped. So you kind of got the lower bit and it kind of steps up, and that's the highest point there in the corner. So I really like that. It's sat on the Aquaprint frag plug, single frag plug, just to give it that lift up at the back there. That's looking absolutely grand. Not very colourful, but the movement is awesome, and you've got the little polyp extension there as well at the end. The PC Rainbow is the one at the back there. Ugh. Mine's just green. There's nothing rainbow about it. It's just green, but anyway, it's there. It's my go at SPS. You guys who watch the channel know that Yeah, I'm not that grand at SPS, but I think in this little nano tank we've decided it's a mixed reef, and we've decided it's predominantly LPS. Bit of clean-up crew up here, probably keeping away from the from this guy down here. Actually, these hermit crabs, these are a pain in the absolute backside. We should never put them in now. They came in a little clean-up crew kit, which was great, from Stella Marine, but they're just so vicious, these little hermit crabs here. So most of the snails now just stick themselves onto the back wall, just to keep away from them, because they just get pestered by them. You can see the D&D thermometer probe there, just dropping in. So that's coming in there from there. What else we got? We got a Juggernaut Montipora. Oh, I can't see it now. That orange one there, it's orange and blue. There's the Juggernaut Montipora on the top. It's doing pretty well there as well. And there is, what is that now? I forgot what they're called now. What are they called? It's a chalice. It's Raja Rampage, that's it, Raja Rampage. Now that has really started to grow, and because it's nearer the top of the tank, near the lights, it's actually plating quite flat. Apparently when they're not getting enough light, they kind of create this little cup feature, it's quite flat there. The Duncan from day one he's at the back there, just down the back here. There's the Duncan at the back there, looking a little bit like he's just woken up, which, to be fair, it is early morning. It is early morning here on Jay's Real Reef. Let's have a look at this. This is blooming gorgeous. This is the red blossom Goniopora. It's tiny polyps, but they just make this dense, thick mat of red Goniopora. Really doing well. In fact, it's doing that well, it's actually stung my Leptoceras, which was the plating gold one here. So we have got a little bit of coral warfare going on, guys, but in these nanos it's hard to keep them all away. This guy is doing really well. The torches just love it in here. This torch garden here that goes all the way around the edge, they always look super happy. This is the Dragon Soul. Now we're on 5 heads on this Dragon Soul here, so it's getting pretty big. Needs a little bit of a trim. Let's drop down then. There is the Trachophilia, rainbow Trachophilia, just sits in the corner here. It's doing really well actually. Puffs up when there's food in the tank. It's got a really good feeding response, and there's one of the clowns there. There's my my Zoa garden. Yeah, it's coming on. It's coming on. It's not as mixed as I'd like. I think my mistake was not planting it at the same time. So if you guys are making a Zoa garden, definitely make one because they are stunning. But make sure you plant all your frags, as it were, at the same time. Then you get that nice even mix there. There's my Fungia plate. Oh God, I love that Fungia plate. That's from AAC. It's just sat there on the sandbed, just really enjoying itself down there. That's good. So one of the favourite bits now of the reef, and you see the clowns here, absolutely love it as well, is the Goni garden here. So this little Goni garden here, we've got the black stem and gold tips, we've got the pinky balls, and we've got the rainbow on this side here, which has got yellows and greens and pinks and reds. It's absolutely stunning. Now that is my favourite bit of the tank, that little rock there. It's got 4 Gonis on. There's another one just at the back here, a blue one. It's just incredible under blues. It looks so nice. So that's the Goni garden. A bit of detritus here. It's because it's aging now. The tank's getting aged, so it's got a bit of detritus at the bottom. But I do vac it every now and again and just give it a little bit of a stir up. So let's have a look at some of the torches. And here is the rose gold torch. Absolutely beautiful torch. It's now got 2 heads. It just looks incredible. That does really nice. I don't know which one's my favourite torch. It might be this one, or it might be the Holy Grail. That's the Holy Grail there. We've got an Indo Gold at this side here. Indo Gold. Let's just take you around this side. Hopefully there's not too much of a reflection here, guys. So there you can see the rainbow a little bit better. It's just stunning colours. Look at that. Absolutely stunning coloration there. We're not seeing many of the other fish at the moment. There's the rainbow chalice. That's the Flaming Bugatti. it's now growing over the sand bed. It was a tiny piece, but now it's probably 6-7 times the size that I got it when I got it about a year and a half ago. So that's that. Here's the beautiful orange hammer. Hopefully the colours are coming out in the video. As I say, we haven't got the full blues on there, but that's the gorgeous orange and blue hammer. It's absolutely stunning. Just to give you guys a little top-down shot, one of my favourite views, and well, you don't often see it obviously because you don't often look down on your tank, but I'm sure it's one of yours as well. But you can see there the Goni garden next to the rainbow chalice. There's the torches, that's the rose gold one. There's the Holy Grail, that one there. And this is the Hellfire torch. It's absolutely stunning torch, that one is as well, right at the end. But yeah, you can see things are looking quite nice here. The rock work is looking a bit better after we've got that tuxedo urchin. Let's feed the corals. I'll show you what I feed them. And then we'll feed the fish as well, because we've got our little blenny up there. Those that have been tuned to the whole journey, you'll know that I quite like feeding live food. So here's the live fighter that I buy from Maidenhead Aquatics. It's not quite as good as the food that I buy myself, there you go, look, but it's pretty good. I'm just going to open it with my teeth, and I pour a little bit in. Probably dose this in every 3 days, and I would say I dose in a couple of mil. It's always worth giving it a little sniff just to make sure it doesn't have a smell, and then we just pour in a little bit of phyto for the corals. There we go, it's a few mil just going in there. It dissipates through the water. That'll feed the corals there. I've turned all the pumps off. These the pumps that I've had is the Tons is 60/40, the J-bow, and then the stock pumps here, and they've been absolutely brilliant for what I've needed it for, which is mainly the torches and the LPS. Really good flow, really good aeration. So that's that. I also dose amino acids as well each day, 1 mil of amino acids each day, and then phyto every 2 or 3 days, just to feed the corals as well. Now there's a bit of stir on the reef because all the wave makers are off, so they know that something good is happening. So let's get this brine shrimp in here. This is how I do it. So this I picked up from Maidenhead Aquatics. Trying to do it with one hand is a bit difficult, but there we go. Just pour it through a little sieve. There we go. So they're in there, and then I use a little bit of RO water just to rinse off the brine. There we go. So I don't want all this water that's in the bag going in there because I don't know what it is. So I've got my little sieve just off Amazon or something. Right then, let's get this in. Sorry guys for the wakey camera. And we'll get this in, and these little cherubs are going to absolutely love this. So let me just hopefully show you some of the fish then. Get my filter on. There we go guys. So what's that look like? So let's have a little look, see who we can see now. So there we got the 2 clowns. There is our tail spot blenny. He's such a cool little guy. I think he's our alpha fish, as it were, king of the reef. There is Riri. She is a purple-tailed firefish. Absolute stunner she is. See, they love the live foods. It just seems to give them the right nutrition without creating huge phosphates and nitrates, because all of it gets consumed, you see, rather than landing on the sand bed. This is just one of my favourite times of the day when you're watching the fish feed. There is a huge blood red shrimp under there. He's like a little lobster, that guy. He's so cool. He's just coming out there, look, seeing what's going on. So in here we've got, I'd say, about 10 snails. We've got the urchin. We've got the suntail goby and brandle pistol shrimp. Got 2 clowns, tail spot blenny, which has just made an appearance up there. And we've got some hermit crabs. So it is quite heavily stocked. So I've got quite a lot of nutrients coming in terms of fish and corals and things like that. So I have to take out a lot. So we've got 5 fish. I wouldn't recommend any more than 5 fish in here. I would say 5 fish is your lot. I do think, well, I know this for a fact, when I added my 5th fish, that's when I started to suffer with the algae. So yeah, 4 fish. I think 4 fish is perfect for this little Red Sea Max Nano 75 litre. 5, yeah, it's good. If you keep up with your maintenance and you've got good routines around maintenance, then you should be fine with 5. But that is kind of, I would say that is kind of the limit really with this tank. And there is the purple firefish just at the back. So there you have it. Absolutely love this time of year. Christmas. Love spending time with the reef. Got a bit of time with the family as well. Oh, it's just great. And I've even got me cup of tea whilst I sit here. From me, just come back from the German Christmas markets as well with the family, and we've got the cup of tea. Oh, brilliant, guys! You need to do the same. Get a cup of tea, coffee, whatever it is, beer, whiskey, gin, sherry. Sit next to the reef, feed the fish, and just sit back and relax. That is what Christmas is all about. So just a quick run through the parameters then, because it's been so long since I've told you what these are. So the temp is 25.5, pH about 8.2. It's difficult to be accurate with pH with basic test kits. Ammonia is 0, nitrite is 0, nitrate, so nitrates are 3.91 ppm, 3.91. Phosphate at the moment is 0.06 ppm. Salinity is running at 1.026. Alkalinity is pretty stable at 8.6 DKH. Calcium is 450, which is bang on. Magnesium is a little bit higher, which is what I like for all the LPS, and that is running at 1,440 ppm as well. So that's the parameters for this little Red Sea Max Nano, and it does stay pretty stable around those kind of measures. Just a very quick update on the rear sump. So I still do run the 225 Max Nano Micron filter sock, so that's just in the back there, and I clean that every 3 days. I've just actually put in the last couple of days about 5 bags of copepods down the back of here as well, so I do like to stock up the copepods. I do put some in here, but these guys just eat them all straight away, so yeah, we put some in the back as well. Hopefully they can populate and breed. The stock skimmer, the Red Sea Max Nano skimmer, this is absolutely awesome bit of kit. I think this is probably the best piece of kit on this all-in-one Red Sea Max Nano. It just works. It works really well, gets rid of the detritus, and I empty it every 3 days, so it skims enough to fill up once every 3 days. There's my little bag of carbon. That sits down next to the skimmer pump. So basically the skimmer pump pulls the water through the bag of carbon into the skimmer. Keep the exhaust open, just for aeration. Plenty of air in there, oxygenate the water. There's my auto top off by Tunzi, and there is the 100 watt DD heat bar at the back there. This is the Rowaphos bag. I run a little teaspoon of Rowaphos there. It just dangles in the return, and then the return pump pulls the water through, and it pulls it through the Rowaphos as well, and that just keeps the phosphates nice and level. And then here's my dosing. Yeah, I've got dosing, manual automatic dosing here. We've got the amino acids on this one, magnesium, calcium and alkalinity, all Red Sea. There we have it. So that's it. The kit's not changed since day one. Still the same kit, and it just seems to work pretty well for me. There we have it. So those that follow know I did upgrade to the Radeon XR15 Gen 5 Blue. A couple of people say, oh, what lighting do you use? I use the Mogsys LPS template, nothing else. I don't know anything else, to be honest, so I just use the standard Mogsys template LPS, and it peaks at 51% intensity, and that is it, guys. It comes on at 8, goes off, well the moonlight comes on at 8, so it's like 12 hours, running for 12 hours, 8 till 8, 51% peak intensity on the Mogsys LPS template. That's all you need to do, and it just grows the corals well, nicely, not too fast, but yeah, it does a grand job. Just a quick look round in the reefing cupboard, all usual bits and bobs. As I say, change these every 3 months. Bit of rower, bit of carbon, great little glass cleaner there if you've seen that. This is my aquaprint frag rack. They all just slide in, really cool designs. Check out the website for that one. Aquaprint. Coral cutters there, nothing fancy there. There's the D&D, is that D&D? Ocean, I think it's D&D anyway, can't remember, it's so long ago. There's the 4 dosing pumps there. Red Sea alkalinity, Red Sea calcium, Red Sea magnesium, 1 mil a day, 1.5 of the calcium, 4 of the alkalinity mils per day, and then 1 mil of the aminos, which the LPS really do love. Here's my bacterias. I dose these every 4 days roughly, just a couple, well, a mil or so. So just different bacterias. This one's my favourite. I swear by this one. I think it just helps your reef, makes it healthier. There we go. So that's what's in there. A couple of Hannas, because the Hanna salinity checker does need calibrating every 3 or 4 weeks, so I've got some spare calibrations there. That's the Tunzi gum that I use, covering up the Actasia, and also sticking the corals down. What else we got here? This is a newbie. Here is the from Love to Reef. They said if you've got gorgonians, not gorgonians, goniopora, that's it. If you've got goniopora, yeah, just dose a bit of manganese into your tank. The LPS, the torches, the hammers, and the goniopora absolutely love this stuff. I dose, it must be like ½ ml a week. It's tiny amounts, but they do seem to like it there. What else? We got a bit of phosphate up in case the tank loses its nutrients, a bit of nitrate up as well, in case we get a nutrient drop. So I just try and buffer the nutrients up if it does. If I go a bit crazy on the cleaning. Iodine, I dose 1 mil of that every 7 days roughly. So that's there. And then I've got my Reef Elements test kits. There's my RO top off with the 3D printed bracket there. Look, that's pretty cool. Just off eBay as well. So that's the cupboard. The last thing I got was a battery powered air pump, just in case we got any power cuts here in the UK, because they did say we might have some. So there's the reefing cupboard, guys. A few test kits at the back there I haven't got out, but that is it. So I'm going to wrap this one up. My Yorkshire tea is almost gone, and I need to tuck into these little treats. So that is it. That's the festive edition of Jay's Real Reef, and that is the tank at 2 years and 2 months at the end of December 2022. If you want to see some more content and reefing goodness, go back to last Christmas on the channel at 2021. Some more festive fun to be had there. You can also follow the whole journey of this little Red Sea Max Nano from day one on the channel as well. So go back and look at the previous content and see how we got on. So if you want some more reefing goodness, if you need some more reefing goodness, check out our Friday night live streams at 8 PM GMT time over on Fishpalace, Mogsys Aquarium, Bearded Reef, and occasionally here on Jay's Real Reef as well for some light-hearted reefing chat and all the highlights of reefing in the week. I will put a link in I will put a link in the description as well, so you can check that out. I'm going to say a few more things. Just Merry Christmas to you and your family. I hope you've enjoyed this little video update. I'm going to wish you a happy new year 2023, all the health and happiness, and stay tuned to Jay's Real Reef. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, and as a Christmas present to us, give us a thumbs up as well. Hit us up in the comments, anything that you've liked, disliked, things that you think I could do better, any tips and tricks, all in the comments section. I will get back to all of you on that as well. But I've really enjoyed this one. Hopefully it's not too long till I see you again. But for now, you take care. Merry Christmas.